is up? What is up? Let me know if the mic is good. We are all good here. This live stream is sponsored by BetUS. Go check them out. Um, yeah, we're here to recap here. See what you guys are thinking about. Just in general, where the team is at right now. Even though I think the Eagles gave some points away in that game, I think they could have blown out the Pittsburgh Steelers so much more in this game. I think we have a lot to be thankful for, a lot to be happy about. Um, a lot of Eagle fans took this Panthers game way too serious. This was just a bad game, which, the team hasn't played bad. That's the first game the team has played bad since the bye week. And we're back on track, man. We're back on track. Passing game was great, fantastic. The only thing, I think what's in really question here is, do they continue this? Are they going to continue this? You know what I mean? Did they just do this passing game for this game? I understand Saquon didn't have a big game. I thought, shout out to the Steelers that actually shut it down pretty nicely. Kenneth Gainwell had a really good game, surprised by him. We are in a spot right now where this passing game could go above and beyond, and we feel like this offense has been held back so much. I understand that this running game has been like our bread and butter, and thank God. I think this is the big piece that we always needed within this Eagles offense, is a 3-down running back that's a generational talent. I don't want this to be a one and done type thing where they just did this passing game and this Steelers game to kind of make a point. You know what I mean? I didn't want them to just make a point and then never go back to again. I hope I don't want them to not pass if the run game is working, but if the run game is working, great. But this is obviously another thing that they could do if by the end of the year, Saquon Barkley needs to be rested, saved for the playoffs. You have to, you got both of your receivers over 100 yards. Got the tight end involved just a little tiny bit, So it's kind of crazy. The defense are a bunch of fucking bullies, man. I mean, just Nolan Smith, Jalen Carter, all the shit that Jalen Carter did in that game, other than the bonehead penalty that he had. But honestly, I don't mind it because he just gets under everybody's skin. Everybody's fucking skin, man. It's great. It's great. So we'll say hi to everybody to chat. Let's go to Chris. We got Jerry Frey. We got Jay Tyler. We got Logan Motorsports. What's going on? We got Wicked One. Says, hey, Joey, what's good, brother? Go Birds. Wicked says, finally got my Guantanamo Bay shirt. Shit is fire. Appreciate it so much, man. Much love, man. Means a lot to us. So on House Cat. Goodman Holtz has got to blend the run and pass like we did for the playoffs. I think that's what they got to do, man. I mean, there was really just two sequences in that Steelers game where I was kind of sitting there like, okay, like they looked like they reverted back to what they were doing before, where they were taking so long on these long developing plays where Hurts is sitting there for so long in the pocket. But going into that first quarter, they got the short passes, boom, slants, cross. I mean, it was great to see that. Get Jalen Hurts into a fucking rhythm, which we've been talking about, been talking about it so much. Yo, what's going on, man? So Joey, what's good, brother? Did you see Clyde Edwards-Helaire just released yesterday? David Montgomery is done for the season. Yeah, the Lions are hurting right now. They're hurting. They got, I don't know if they got a corner. I think a corner got hurt in that game. I don't know if it was from special teams. I know they got a DT out for the rest of the year with a foot injury from the game against the Bills. David Montgomery is apparently out. And yeah. Crazy. I know Detroit is hurting, man. Is hurting. Defensively, they're a complete disaster because they have like 16 to 18. I don't even know how many players they have on IR. I think 18, 19 players on IR now for the season, which is kind of crazy. It's kind of nuts, Chris Corbett Jr. Remember for 50 bucks. What's going on, man? He says, do you think Minnesota and Detroit lose one more? Yeah, that's the problem, though. As much as Detroit needs to lose one more, Minnesota's right behind them. So I mean, what would work out perfectly right now in a perfect world is that you're hoping that the Lions can lose before they hit the Vikings. Okay? Before they hit that game, it'd be nice. The Browns kept it close last time. We don't think that's really going to happen again. The Bears. Sorry, the Bears can keep it close last time, but I don't know if that's going to happen again. Because realistically, the Vikings have to lose one more game. So when it comes to the Eagles and the Vikings, do the Eagles have the tiebreaker? That's the question. I don't think they do. I think Minnesota has to lose a game as well. You know what I mean? So it's kind of nuts. Dave D with the super chat first of the night. Thank you so much, man. He says, keep up the great work, Flagel Slide. Appreciate it so much, Dave. Hope you're having a good night, man. Diane says, regardless if we get the 1 seed or not, I don't see us losing the playoffs. I don't either. You know what? Like, as much as we don't want to go to Detroit, okay, you're going to have, you get the number 2 seed, you have a home playoff game. Okay. You have a playoff game at home. The Eagles have played pretty good on the road this season. So I feel really good about it. I don't see why they can't. I feel like they'll be more focused. Them being on the road doesn't make me nervous. It doesn't make me nervous at all. 125 says Carl Davis is out for the... Oh, damn. Carlin Davis is out as well? Holy shit, dude. Chris says Detroit is in trouble. Minnesota might lose to Seattle in the Packers. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I forgot. Holy shit. So the Vikings still have to play Green Bay and Seattle? And they got to play in Seattle, don't they? Because that's going to be a tough one. I don't think Seattle's going to be a walk in the park for them either. Damn, this could really work. This could really fucking work. It just depends on where the Lions really stumble one more time. And if Minnesota can lose one more, we're in the driver's seat. We just got to win the rest of our games. Now, if the Eagles lose next week against Washington, which they really shouldn't, Saquon Barkley, hopefully we're going to find out more on the health of Landon Dickerson and some of the other guys. I heard Landon Dickerson's having testing on his knee, so I don't know how. Tyler Steen, I thought, tightened up pretty well later in the game. So, Odell Boy, member for 9 months. What's going on, buddy? He says, just got our Shakedown Podcast t-shirts today. That's awesome. I didn't think anybody bought the Shakedown Podcast t-shirts. Nice to have a few people bought them already, so that's great. Appreciate it so much. We're going to have a lot more stuff coming out, too, so a lot more stuff coming out soon. So definitely check it out. Big sale right now. Doesn't matter if we're close to Christmas. It's going to be sent out as soon as possible. Dave D with the super chat. Thank you so much, man. Hold on, making sure we're good. Making meatloaf for dinner. What about you? I actually had a Philly cheesesteak tonight. Mushrooms, onions, peppers on this fresh roll with toasted with garlic butter on it. It was really, really fucking good. Really good. Chris, yeah, we need to keep winning. Let the other teams fight each other. Minnesota and Detroit play week 17. One will lose. Yeah, I'm hoping so. We're almost there. Like, if we can get the number 1 seed, man, and get that extra week of rest, man, would that fucking help tremendously. Really need it. I mean, realistically, if they don't get the number 1 seed, then you rest your guys the last couple weeks of the season. If that's going to be the case, if that's what you want to do, they can still rest guys. So if they have a serious injury, they don't look like they're getting the first seed the last couple games, right? If they're not going to get the first seed, they can always realistically, if they're going to have the second seed automatically, really the last 2 games really don't matter. They can start to sick guys the last 2 weeks if that's what they really want to do. So, hopefully, we'll see. Nate says, let's see, Alan McNeil is done for the season for the Lions as well. Was playing real good. They're dead. Yeah. Alan McNeil was the DT, right? It was McNeil. So that's 3 big injuries they had, lad. That's 18. Like I said, they already had 16 on the IR going into that game already. Bro, what's going on, man? What's up, Joey? You make Marvel Rivals look so easy. I tried for the first time today and I died right after spawn. Yeah, it's not easy. Especially with no teammates, it's not easy. So It's a little crazy. Jones, so what's your favorite piece of merch? Do you and Philly have any new merch coming soon? Right now, we just have what we have. We just had all this Christmas stuff, pretty much all this new stuff, the DB Cooper shirt and some of the other stuff that we had, the Fly Saquon Fly hoodie, T-shirt, all that stuff is pretty much brand new. Once we're gonna have another big sale before we're gonna have a playoff sale. So pretty much, if you buy a shirt for the playoffs, you will get another shirt for free. Actually, we're gonna have a buy one get one free sale for the Philly Shakedown podcast near playoffs. So look out for that. We're working on that right now, and a couple more pieces of merch. So a buy one get one free sale. Hey, why not? Guys, Geno Smith ain't playing, unfortunately, but Seahawks need to win against the Vikings. Oh, that sucks. Okay. Branson, my advice is, what is our top 3 priorities of the draft? It's gonna have to be edge rusher, tight end, probably. I don't know. Needs, I don't know. Probably, I don't know, actually. I mean, those are my 2 right now. I think they're good everywhere else. Depends. It really depends on what they do in free agency. It really depends who they re-sign. There's going to be no free agency for the Eagles. The Eagles free agency is re-signing Bond, re-signing Becton. They're keeping Mekhi Becton. There's no fucking way that no number one, Mekhi Becton, he's got it good right now. He should make the smart decision, take less money. I don't know how much it's going to cost after 1 year of playing well. Okay, they got some big decisions to make. Isaiah Rodgers, what happens to him? Because that number 2 spot is going to be dead empty. Okay, Slay is going to be gone. And shout out to Big Play Slay. It's not soft play Slay anymore. Shout out to him, because I thought Slay, when they had that little fight in that game, and Darnell Washington just fucking blocked him past the end zone into the fucking wall pretty much. Quinyon Mitchell got in there. I have to give them respect, man, because last year, remember the 49ers practice? Remember pregame, the 49ers walked through our practice pregame, and no sense of urgency, just nothing, man. Just the grit and just the toughness, and just like protecting each other. It's been great to watch, Been great. What's going on, Chris? Has brought an exciting white sweater and a Guantanamo Bay hoodie. Oh, it's awesome, man. Let me know how the exciting white sweater looks, man. I heard it's really good. Really, really good. Garlic bread cheesesteaks. Oh shit. Nate says, what do you think about our depth at edge once Huff comes back? Could be a nice reinforcement. Yeah, I mean, look, they have to get him back. They'll have him back, I think, by the second to last game. So he'll have a couple weeks to kind of get himself back into things. Goddard will be back by that time. I mean, you're going to get some reinforcements back. I don't know what really at the end of the day, like, I thought Bryce Huff was playing better post-bye. His numbers are not great, but he was getting some pressures. We were kind of throwing some, compliments at him post-bye week. They had him in a 4-point stance. He looked a lot better. So, it would be great reinforcement, no doubt. Look at fucking Nolan Smith, man. Did you see the tape on him the other day? I mean, his bull rush looks so much better. His bend around these fucking tackles, I mean, the athletic standpoint of him is ridiculous. I mean, he's just embraced it every week, man. Chris says, I had garlic bread buffalo chicken cheesesteak with Geno's. It was insane. Sounds good though. Yeah, we're gonna have some good stuff soon. All right, Mike, what's going on? So, Joey, what's up? We need Nolan Smith green socks, shirt, just a thought. Yeah, we have some things. We have some things regarding that. We have a couple of things that are in the making right now. So, couple things in the making. 105 says, hey, Eagles fans, can you tell me a position where the Lions are better than us? I don't think they're better than us anywhere else, Let's see here. Nathan says, who are we keeping? If we could hold these guys, the draft could go best available and trade back picks for future. I think they're only keeping Bond. I think they're keeping Bond. I think Mekhi Becton is being kept, and I'm not sure on who else. Milton Williams and Josh Sweat, I doubt it. I don't think Josh Sweat's going to be back. I think they're going to have to go out and draft somebody in the first round. I think it's all there. I don't think they go in the free agency and pay someone more money. That contract that Bryce Huff has right now, I don't know if they're going to tinker with that as well, unless they're going to give him another year to prove himself. I think he'll be here regardless, but you know, Iron Mike says, how much you giving Bond? 4.5 a year, 3 years, up to 21. He might be like 7 to 9, bro. He might be a little bit. He's the best linebacker in the league, bro. He's the best linebacker, number 1 ranked linebacker in the league. Number 1 ranked. Fantastic. He even says the Lions are done. Possibly. I mean, look, I don't think they're done. Their offense can still put a lot of points, even if they, I don't know what other running backs they have. I don't know what the depth chart looks like at running back. I don't know who their number 3 running back is on the practice squad or whatever's going on with that. But yeah, losing Montgomery is huge for that offense. They still got Gibbs, obviously. They still have the receivers. The quarterback's fine. The offensive line is okay. Richie said, I want them to draft Tyler Warren in the first round. He can line up everywhere and look more for edges in later round. Yeah, I don't know, dude. I honestly don't think going tight end in the first round is a good move at all, just because I don't think they have to get a first round talent. I think there'll be a nice amount of talent for the Eagles to get tight end in this draft. Calcaterra will still be here. I mean, I don't know. I think they're going to keep Goddard for another year. I don't think they're going tight end that fucking early. Unless Goddard's gone or he's cut, then that's a different story. But to me, edge rusher, like, they need a TJ Watt like player. They need an Aiden Hutchinson type player. I mean, if you get a guy like that, do you know how much your defense is? I mean, do you know that the Jalen Carter, do you know how much more damage he's going to do with a player like that on the edge playing all year? Yeah, it's a big difference. I'll choose that over a tight end any day of the week. No tight end in the first round, though. No. Look, if Calcaterra leaves, or I don't know, if they didn't, Calcaterra will never be a starting tight end. He can be, but I don't think the Eagles look at him like that. But obviously behind Dallas Goedert, they trust him in this offense. And I trust him too, just because he's had a lot of starting experience with the Eagles. So he's, thank God he's played for the Eagles a lot. You're not thankful for Dallas Goedert getting hurt every single year, missing 4 to 6 games or more, but Optimus Prime says 49ers are done. Remember how hyped they were in the beginning of the year? Yeah, all the free agents that were signing. Well, now, this was a year they really had to win a Super Bowl this year, because now they're going to, Purdy's 3rd year, which now he's going to, they're looking, now he's going to have to get paid a big fucking contract now. Huge contract now, King Kings, member for 23 bucks. Thank you so much, man. I did see that before, so if I did see it, I apologize. Says definitely feel better this year going to the Super Bowl. I feel better behind the defense that we have. In recent years, we haven't had a defense like this. I feel a lot better with that. Huff his ass, yeah. It's not great. Awards rate says we could pay Bond 10 plus. He will command it instead, and Slay and Bradbury and Sweat contract will be off the books, and we'll have the buddy. Well, that's great. I mean, I don't know what's going on. I mean, James Bradbury, I don't know what the are they just telling him to just not play this year or something like that? I mean, there's no way he's been hurt for this fucking long. I doubt it. I doubt he's been hurt for this long regardless, but Odell Boy said Vic Fangio's been an amazing coordinator. He really has. But you know what? The positional coaches, Clint Hurt, defensive line coach, Bobby King, a lot of, Christian Parker with the cornerbacks. I think they have a lot of experienced coaching as well. I think they've done fantastic with that. Fantastic. And we heard from Fangio this morning that Bobby King with the linebackers, literally his staff said Bobby King's a good coach and they hired him. Fangio didn't handpick Bobby King as a linebacker coach either. All All right, Mike. So I'm saying for Bond, it would be a Howie deal and easy incentives resembling production from this year. This is Fangio's protege fucking player. Zach Bond has been a good player since the beginning of the fucking season, and it just has gotten better every single game. Is now the number one ranked linebacker in the league. Nakobe Dean is not far off either. Is not far off as well. So, King of Kings with Super Chat. Thank you so much, man. He says, "What happened to Trotter? I haven't seen him play. He's just not playing because he's just playing special teams. He's just not playing because he's got too much in front of him right now. I understand we want Trotter to play, but he's waiting in the wings for his shot. Maybe he'll have a shot in a year or two. You never know. I mean, realistically, if Nakobe Dean and Zach Bond are playing now, Nakobe Dean's here for another couple years, and obviously, you have Zach Bond on a 1-year deal for 1 point. How much did you get paid? 1.4, 1.6. I forgot what it was. Wasn't much, but all right. Appreciate the super chat, man. All right, Mike said, I think Huff will produce to the playoffs. Call it a hunch. That'd be great if Bryce Huff just explodes at the playoffs and plays really well. That'd be great. And Warriors said he's not hurt this long. They don't have a spot for him to come back, and they're just paying him. Yeah, I think that's what it is. I mean, he doesn't deserve a roster spot. That's number one. Number two, you're not putting him on the practice squad. You know what I mean? And honestly, I don't think he's playing good at safety regardless, even if you want him as a backup. But you know what's much better about this defense? The Eagles played dime package last week against the Steelers, this past week against the Steelers. And guess what? In dime package, Avonte Maddox is not playing now. Isaiah Rodgers is playing in dime package now, which means no more Avonte Maddox in this fucking defense ever again. Ever again. So that's really good. Part of Fly said, did you see Quinion now favorite to be defensive rookie of the year? Yeah, I seen that. I think he's a negative 110 than Jared Verse at 145 or something like that. So, yeah, man, I mean, that would be great. That'd be fantastic. Get some fucking interceptions under your belt right now. I think two picks were stolen from him. Not stolen, but could have caught those. He should have 5 picks this year, but we got Chris Whitterick with the super chat. Thank you so much, man. He says, hey, Joey, the Philly Fire is loving all the Drode shit. What's your take? I'm not into that shit. I honestly don't even care. That's his thing. He loves it, I always make jokes about it, but it's his thing. Nothing wrong with it. People are interested in it, I know a lot of people at my job, at my regular job, people are already interested in that shit and talk about it all day. Appreciate that super, man. Patrick Ferrer's the biggest fear this offseason is teams stripping our coaches. Well, that's what happens, man. That's what happens. I mean, the number one thing is, do they re-sign Nick Sirianni? Probably. I mean, I doubt he doesn't get another 4-year deal with the Eagles, okay? Because coaches usually sign 4-year deals, okay? The next step to this whole entire thing is, what's going to happen with Kellen Moore? I don't know. If Kellen Moore leaves, man, you're back to square one, and then Hurts has to learn a new fucking offense all over again. Yeah, another fucking year. Jeffrey Lurie better open his fucking wallet and pay Kellen Moore out the ass this offseason. They can't block Kellen Moore from getting a head coaching job. They could block him from getting another coordinator job. I wonder if these coordinators that move year to year, Kellen was with the Cowboys for 4 years, and then he went to LA, and then he goes to the Eagles. Don't you want to kind of place your roots as a coach somewhere? We don't have to worry about Fangio leaving. That's definite. So that's great. Thank God. How he could shock us and take an offensive tackle? Yeah, potentially. I don't know why you need an offensive tackle now. Fred Johnson is the only free agent I think that's gonna be gone. So let's see if they re-sign Fred Johnson to be the backup left right tackle, if that's going to be the case. If they don't sign Mekhi Becton, then you have to seriously consider, like, okay, well, if Lane Johnson retires in a couple of years, who takes that spot? I think if they actually re-sign Mekhi Becton, I think Becton could be the future right tackle. Maybe that's one thing that they could do, or they could say, you know what, make Tyler Steen the right guard, put Mekhi Becton the right tackle if he retires in a couple of years, or and I'm sorry, but he looks way too good at right guard right now, especially at his size at, 6'6", 6'7", fucking 360 pounds. I mean, shit, you know? Brian says, do you think Bond will take a team-friendly deal since he's really exploding this year, and how many years do you think we sign him for? Let me tell you something. I don't know if he's going to take a team-friendly deal. He's already been in the league for 4 years, okay? Well, this is his 4th year, okay? Well, his 5th year, really. He's not he's an older player now. He's not coming off, I mean, he's an older player now, so you're he hasn't seen a lot of money in his career. I mean, still like 1.6 million is a lot of money in a year. It kind of is a little bit. Taxes taken off, maybe not as much, but he might get paid. Highest paid linebacker, I don't know, but I think a lot of these guys have found a home, and I think they want to stay here. You know what I mean? Especially if you win a Super Bowl on top. If you win a Super Bowl, these players are going to want to stay here. You know what I mean? And really build something. Not that if you don't win, it's going to make players kind of, turn to another team. But Gigo says the fact that D-line is producing without Graham or Huff tells you how good the players and coaching is. Oh, no, it's great. Well, Graham, has a lot of things to say. He doesn't coach them, but he has a lot of things to say when he's around the guys. I mean, Clint Hurd has done a fantastic job with these fucking guys. The rush is just, as a group, how they rush as a group together. I mean, that's it's just so beautiful to watch. It really is. Shay Shares says, bro, Brock Bowers is a beast. Imagine him in this offense. They don't need a guy at that caliber in this offense, though. They really don't. But they don't need to draft one in the first round next year. I don't believe they have to do that next year. Chris says if the Eagles were smart, they'd cross-train Ringo at nickel or safety. The dude hits like a truck. Yeah, the problem, I don't know if nickel, no. Inside, no. I don't know. Yeah, I mean, I say as a safety, probably more likely than I'm not a big fan of his coverage right now. Like, I think he's a little, he's a little slow, turning his hips a little bit. Gets caught peeking in a little bit at times. I think Isaiah Rodgers is a better player right now in front of him. But they didn't cross-train it. Q is the only one that cross-trained inside. No one else did. So you were down to, and DeJean missed a few games. He was hurt. And, once DeJean, settled down in this defense, then we really started to pick up immediately with that liability and Avonte Maddox in the secondary. You know what I mean? So I would love Keely Ringo to play, but I don't think I think I think he'll be better at outside corner than than really inside. Inside is way harder to play. A lot of guys can't do it. And the Eagles didn't cross-train enough guys to do it. So, that's where I'm kind of at with the situation with him. Chris says throw a bank vault to Kellen to keep him here. Yeah, we're gonna have to. We're gonna have to, man. Warriors Fangio has family in the area. He wanted to coach with Philly and finish out his career here, so he's not leaving. No, he's definitely not leaving. Definitely not. I want to see what type of coach he is with the players. Like, is he like a hard coach? I know I've heard he's like a really hard coach. Like, I want to see like a practice with Vic Fangio, like, or when he like gives a speech to like the defense, or maybe one of these defensive meetings. I've always wanted to see what Fangio. We see him at the press conferences, but we really don't see him as a coach, like as an actual coach. Like, when things happen and maybe he's upset about something, or I would like to see that one day. Kind of get a bird's eye view on that. Rich Kings, I'm scared if we win the Super Bowl and Kellen leaves to like the Going to the Jets, no thanks for him. One Five says Moore is gone. He'll get a head coaching job, but we will keep Fangio because teams remembering his job as a Broncos head coach. Well, he still won't leave anyway. He's been a head coach. He's been there, done that. He's been at DC a million times in his career. We don't have to worry about him going anywhere. Plus, it's his first year, so he still has another couple years. I don't know what his contract is when it comes to these coordinator jobs, so I'm not really sure when it comes to coordinator jobs what their contracts look like. Um, Neil says Becton isn't a tackle. Well, Dickerson came into the league. Not as a center, and they put him at guard. Look what happened. They took a fucking guy from rugby that never played football in his fucking life in America and turned him into an all-pro left tackle. I mean, never doubt. And yes, Becton has played left tackle and right tackle in his career. So yes, they could do that if they wanted, but they're probably not going to. In my opinion, I want to keep things where they're strong. I want to keep Becton at that right guard position. That's what I really want. And then really find that replacement later on, I would say next year I would say the year after maybe kind of be groomed behind Lane for another year. But we'll see what happens. Patrick says the way our team looks, I think we just got luxury picks and take the best player off the board depending on who we. Yeah, I mean, realistically, there's not many holes. I mean, look, realistically, like who are you worrying about in free agency that's going to leave after this season? I mean, it's going to be Milton Williams, it's going to be Josh Sweat. Brandon Graham, I think, is going to come back. I don't think he's going to retire yet. I think he was playing so fucking good, man, and he just got hurt. That really sucked. Kenny G is a free agent. Kenneth Gainwell's a free agent. So, I think Will Shipley is going to come right in. But I still think they're going to work out other running backs. They could draft one later on, maybe down the line, late in the draft. There's not many. Like, I think they need more depth. They need, obviously, we need to see Zach Bond, Mekhi Becton, and Isaiah Rodgers. Those three situations are vitally important. You have Chauncey for a couple more years. You have Reed Blankenship for another year. I think you really have to extend Reed Blankenship at some point. I'm not worried about the cap space, how he's good with that. So whether Slay is gonna retire after this year or he's going to get traded and play somewhere else, the Eagles are only holding on to him for one more year. And, we'll see what happens. It comes down to Isaiah Rodgers, Mekhi Becton, and Zach Bond. Those are the three big moves. If they end up signing all three of those guys, okay. Milton Williams is a whole nother story. I have no idea what they're going to do. No idea. Because Milton's probably going to be more expensive than Jordan Davis down the line. Probably after this season, Milton will probably cost more than Jordan Davis, at the end of next year. You know what I mean? So this is Jordan Davis's third year now. So there's going to be some big decisions that are going to have to get made. And you don't have to get a prime DT in the first round. You can get somebody in the second, third round if you want. So I think there's definitely wiggle room for some of that. Josh Sweat, I think, is going to go just because they did restructure his contract to 13, 14 million fully guaranteed. So I guess that makes sense. But we'll see, man. When it hits March, don't think how he's going to make all these fucking moves. Like, the Eagles barely need anything. Offensively, they don't need fucking anything. Mekhi Becton is really the only sign that you really have to do in the offseason. If they want to keep Jahan Dotson for another year, he's got another year in Philadelphia at $3.5 million. Very cheap, but I think he's a waste of money at this point. That's just me. Why is Jahan Dotson here? I have no fucking idea. Wide receiver 3, I mean, at least we have some skill set over there, but to me, it's just not enough. Or not enough, but it doesn't matter because they don't use those guys anyway. So our free agency is re-signs. Our free agency is not going out there and spending. It's not happening. Like, when March comes, don't be like, oh, look at this team getting better. And look, the Eagles have a very good roster right now. Even with the free agents leaving, they still have a really good fucking roster. And they have draft picks under their belt. So that's where I'm at right now. Chris Scott says Ball won't take less than $12 million a year, 3 years, $36 million with 25 guaranteed. That sounds good to me. I'm fine with that, bro. I got no issue with that. Parker says I want Slay to stay. Ain't gonna happen, bro. It ain't gonna happen. I think he still has another year left on his deal, I think, technically, but I think there's a buyout or something like that. Um, so it's definitely not gonna happen. Like, it's time for the youth movement. Like, I think Slay staying here for this year, I was never against it, but I was happy he did stay to be with Quinyon Mitchell and learn from Quinyon, learning from him, and I think that was a really good thing. You know what I mean? To have him in the building, so that was good. And Slay was very open to helping. There's a lot of players that are open to helping younger guys. A lot of guys are not like that in the league, but Slay is. Diane Wright says Gainwell will be running back 1 in Denver next year. No, he'll never be a running back 1. He'll never be a running back 1. Never happen. I don't know. A rotational guy, sure. Running back 1, no. I mean, realistically, how many running backs have left Philadelphia besides Swift? Who really has left Philadelphia and became very successful somewhere else? And some guys aren't even running back. Some guys aren't even have jobs or even on the practice squad right now. Josh Adams, Wendell Smallwood, Donnell Pumphrey. I mean, you go back. I mean, what running besides Swift getting? We knew Swift had the talent, and they didn't use him last year. They used more Gainwell last year. The problem is, even with this run game, but there's no really a problem. Gainwell, the way they used him in this game was absolutely amazing. I think they I think they pulled out another skill set of Gainwell. Like, Gainwell looked faster. He looked great in the passing game. Like, he looked like what he should look like all season. And I understand he doesn't get much opportunities. He does get opportunities, but he's only got he got 1 touchdown for the year. He doesn't have much. I think he's only got 1 touchdown for the year. But we'll see. I don't think they're going to put much more money into that running back position. They're definitely not going to. They just drafted Will Shipley as well. So that's where I'm at with that. Trovo's, I can't see the Eagles keeping Bond and Becton. I can't see the Eagles keeping Bond and Becton. Both of those guys will cost north of $12 million per season. I hope Howie can get it done, but I'm guessing they keep Becton. Never say never, bro. I didn't think they were going to sign. I didn't think they were going to sign Devontae Smith and AJ Brown. Look what happened. You know what I mean? Like, I thought they would have kept AJ. I thought they would have kept Devontae Smith over AJ Brown. I didn't think both of those contracts would ever get done, but you never know. Mekhi Becton better smart up, because all the crap and dysfunction he dealt with the Jets, and he's finally with the Eagles in a place where it feels like family, brotherhood, and he's in a good place right now. At 25 years old, 26, come on. Mekhi Becton's not a 28, 29-year-old fucking guard. He's like 25, 26 years old, you know? Yibas says Maddox and Slade be gone. Yeah, I don't think we're paying Milton. I don't know if we're going to pay Milton. Like, that's the big question mark. Sweat, I think, is leaving. Milton is like the big question mark. So it's like, are you paying Milton and you're letting Jordan Davis walk after 1 more year? Or are you going to – I think they're going to pay – I think Jordan Davis will get paid. If Milton leaves, I think Jordan Davis will get paid because he'll be a lot cheaper. He's not having a better year than – I'll call Jordan Davis a run stuffer now, or more of a one tech, or whatever you're going to call him. Okay. I have him more as a run stuff DT that, we've seen him pass rush. We've seen it before. But I think he's going to be the rock that's in the middle there. That's going to hold everything off and help with these linebacker fits and all that stuff. So, we'll see. Odell Boy said Bond has been smiling all year. Players love coming to Philly. Yeah, dude. He better make the right decision. And who knows, like, even if Bond goes to another team, like, what if there's another team that just doesn't know how to use him? You know what I mean? Like, what if, like, Fangio is the only coach that knows how to use Zach Bond? You never know. I don't want Milton to leave either, but I think You're gonna have to make some decisions, man. You know. Brand says, I don't know what they're doing until I know cap situation through hurt. What situation through Hurts? Brown Smitty contract length? I'm not worried about that. I think Slay has one more year, yeah. Toro says Milton will get starting DT money. No way Eagles re-sign him with Carter and Davis being their investments at DT. They will promote Ojomo into Williams' role. Yeah, maybe. I mean, Ojomo has been playing pretty damn good. I think his pressures have gone up, and he came out as a 7th-round pick from the Eagles, and he's shown a flash and pass. He's shown flashes in the pass rush out of college, but not consistent. And his run game, against the run, he was pretty damn good. But I think he's been really good. David, what's going on, man? He says they don't use wide receiver 3, but Smitty and Brown get hurt. Yeah, I get it, dude. I get it. I wish they could use wide receiver 3. They just don't do it. I don't know why. They just don't. It's a redheaded stepchild of the team. Chris says Bond and Becton will both be resigned. Howie is a cap wizard. David says, so you can't have a bum at wide receiver 3? You can. I mean, it's definitely going to help having like a mid-tier player at that position, so it's not bad. Roger said, no, I think Dotson is a good trade. I just don't think we use him. Dotson has talent. Yeah, I agree. Trying to catch up, guys. I'm sorry. I'm trying to catch up. K-Rob says, Mekhi is only 25. We have to keep him in. I know. Mekhi Becton's young. He's fucking. This is a first-round talent that you didn't have. This is a first-round talent that you literally just took the talent out of him that the Jets couldn't take out of him. This is a first-round talent you have on your offensive line. You didn't even draft him, Jordan Davis not going to get big payday. Why can't you keep Milt also? Because I think Jordan Davis is still going to get paid, but he's not going to get paid like Milton's going to get paid. No. But I think sacrifices are going to have to get made. You can't keep everybody. I'd rather keep Bond, Becton, and I'd rather keep Jordan Davis for the future, honestly. I honestly want to keep the Georgia Bulldogs together, to be honest. I want to keep those guys around. Jalen Carter's going to get a big fucking deal. Jalen Carter's going to get a massive fucking deal in a few years. Okay. Couple more years, like Jalen Carter's going to be the highest paid DT. It wouldn't shock me. He fucking deserves it, no doubt. Chris Scott says Turpin is a free agent. Dallas almost cutting him. Interesting. Yeah, we're gonna see if there's little free agents that they could get, depth signings, things like that. Like I said, I don't think the Eagles are gonna be into anything big come March because I think our free agency is going to be re-signs. So don't expect some big. I'm gonna be streaming. I stream every day in the month of March to go over free agency and us talk about all what's going on around the league. But we'll see what happens. Carol said when Becton signed, he said in his press conference he really hopes that this is long term. He wants it to be. I think it's going to be. I don't think he after 1 year he's not going to get right guard top tier money. It's not going to happen. Okay. Even after that first game against the Packers, remember that unscripted episode where Mekhi Becton went up to Jalen Hurts, was like, man, he's like, he said something like he said something about Hurts' aura is intoxicating. He said it during the game on the field. I forgot what he said, quote unquote, but it was it's this is the first time he's had success and using his skill set. And he's got the perfect O-line coach that, you can't miss out on this. He can't go to another team. He could, but, he's got his roots here now. Alex says Quayon Mitchell's a legit beast and huge reason we have a dominant defense. Yeah, that's definitely true. Definitely true. These big Commander fans are thinking we're losing to Dallas, the Giants, and the Commanders. They are clueless. That's fucking stupid. You know what's going to be the talk of next week, right? You know what the talk of this week's going to be? It's going to be, oh, they have Marshawn Lattimore in the lineup now. Oh, fucking. I forgot who they faced last week, but they didn't throw Marshawn Lattimore's way in like 28 snaps or some shit like that. Yeah, well, the Commanders were in the fucking backfield. That fucking defensive line was in the backfield every 2 seconds too. So Branson, remember we got to sign Carter still. No one can get a long-term deal until Carter gets a top DT money in 2 years. We're already paying a whole O-line, QB, running back. Like I said, dude, don't worry about the cap, dude. Like, everybody worries about this fucking cap. Don't worry about it. Trust me. There are maneuver abilities for Howie Rose. When it comes to the cap situation, I'm not worried about it. When it comes to cap, I don't even worry about it. Like I said, don't worry about it. You know? That's why signing Milton Williams is probably not going to be what the Eagles do. It's probably not going to be the case. Harris says Carr most likely will be the highest paid defensive player in the league in a couple of years. We got to hit on the draft. No, we will. We'll hit on it. We'll hit on it. We've been a lot better on it. So we need like 3 really good picks of this draft, like 3 really good ones this season, next year. So don't they have? I'm trying to, because I'm stupid. I forget this for a while. What are the picks for the Eagles? Somebody copy and paste the picks. As of right now, what are the Eagles' picks for 2025? Deshae Shaver says Becton said he's having fun again and he's not going anywhere. He ain't going anywhere. Yeah, that's what he said. Carlton Roberts says, "Bro, me and my friend really had a blast at that game Sunday on our first NFL day. Oh, I hope you had a good time, man. And the Eagles won, which was better." 125 said, "What do you think about the fact that the former GM for the Jets, he was VP of player personnel for us? I don't remember his name, but he was at the game versus Steelers. Joe Douglas. Why was he? Why would he be at the game? Was Joe Douglas at the game on Sunday? That's weird. Kind of weird." Chris, if the cap will continue to rise, Howie will also restructure contracts. If Howie wants Bond, Becton, Sweat, he'll sign them. Yes. Am I a big fan of like restructuring a lot of players? No, but you have to do it smart. Like, remember after 2017 when they were just giving out contracts, like even when the Eagles weren't playing well after 2018, like they were just giving out these contracts for past achievements, like, and they were literally shitting on these drafts, like, well, not in a good way. They were not drafting well post Super Bowl. Okay. And it caught up to them in 2019 to 20. It finally caught up to them. You can only restructure so many contracts, kicking the can down the road, and in which it means it's more guaranteed money up front and big cap hits later. So, you know what I mean? Don't worry about Hurts's contract or any of that, because by the time Hurts hits his $30 million against the cap, they're going to extend him again. Howie's smart in that regard. So, Days, I love how Mitchell went after Washington and punched Austin in the face. Oh, yeah, that was great. That was a great moment. I love that shit, dude. Like, Jalen Carter is such a fucking, like, asshole, and I love it. I absolutely love it. Jalen Carter was great. I love how he just gets under players' skin. Barkley's going to run all over them. Yeah, he should. Spurger Kang says, just do away with the salary cap and axe the 10 poorest teams, taking a spread too thin as is. So Lattimore's mediocre now. That's why the Saints moved on from him. If you have a great cornerback, you don't let them go. Yeah, I mean, a 3rd-round pick, though. I mean, how many more years he's got on his contract? He said, Joe, do you like the new roof thing Jeffrey wants to do? I think it takes the whole purpose of getting teams out of the comfort zone. I don't like it unless they keep roof open. Oh, so there's like a thing for like a dome for the Eagles, but one that like retracts, that opens up for games or closes. I don't know, man. I'm not really into it too much. It would really have to grow on me. I mean, we would have to accept whatever they do, but It'd probably be one of the loud. It'd probably the loudest stadium ever. I mean, the dome actually helps, no doubt. But you like to play these teams in cold weather as well, you know? Take some of these other teams out of their comfort zone a little bit. We don't have 36 million right now. We have like I thought we had like from what I read it was like 23.5 million. That's what I read. I don't know if that's true. They should have north of 32 to 35 million dollars next season, which is not great. So take 10 million out of that. You need about 10 million dollars for the draft. So take 10 million out of that and, that's what you have left of what you could really spend. Brad said Howie's a wizard, but damn, he could do an infinite money glitch. He's gonna hit a ceiling for cat magic. He's limitless, dude. He's limitless when it comes to numbers. Neil says you don't have to pay DeJean a year before Q. DeJean doesn't have a fifth year. Oh. We will see, man. We will figure it out. We will figure it out. See, Eagle fans aren't used to all these stars on defense. We'd always have to worry about our fucking offense and just a couple guys on the defensive line. Now you draft better. You just got to keep drafting better, man. You got to hit on these drafts every year. You don't hit on these drafts every year with good coaching, with coaching behind it, forget it. You know? How he's a capologist. Chris says Lori wants the roof for special events. All right, so it's just special events. All right, so there's your answer. There's 4 people up for contract with 36 million cap space. That does not equate to cap space issue. I basically enjoy the Commanders' run defense still very bad, so the running backs will have a heyday on Sunday. Hopefully, I mean, look, Barkley only had 19 carries for 65. I mean, so I know we really care about him breaking this fucking record, and I don't know if he's going to. I think he still can because their schedule is very weak at the end of the year. But, at the end of the day, winning a Super Bowl is more important than, Barkley breaking this fucking record. So I don't know what's going to happen, but, Joe Douglas and we will bring him back. I mean, really? Huh. Because I remember Andy Weidel left. Remember Andy Weidel left the Eagles to go to the Steelers? Andrew Berry left the Eagles to go to become the GM for the Browns. Joe Douglas leaves to become the GM of the Jets. Yeah, I mean, I thought he did a pretty good job when he was here. The problem is, like, did he have final say on a lot of shit? I don't think he did, but Carl said her Roberts, her Steelers may lost, but still had. Oh, she was a Steelers fan. Well, you still had a good day. At least one of you could be happy for the other. Because I don't know, but I saw Pete Davidson. Isn't he a Jets fan? Yeah. I don't know, actually. I don't know why Pete Davidson was at the fucking game. Lonzo, crazy to think that the last drive we started around the 3-yard line and they never saw the ball again on 10 plus minutes, 21 play drive. Yeah, it's crazy, dude. Like they had the ball twice in the second half. The Eagles had the ball. I think the Steelers only had the ball for like 3 minutes, something like that. I mean, it was fucking ridiculous. It was kind of crazy. You know, that was great clock management. That was fantastic. I mean, you were able to. I mean, you turned the ball over twice, and you still fucking. You know what I mean? I'm glad that when Najee Harris, I think how many yards did Najee Harris have? I thought I read he had 14 yards. Is that true? Chris says, wouldn't it be crazy if Joe Douglas comes back to Philly and we let Sweat walk and we sign Reddick back? No. No. That's definitely not happening, bro. We are signing youth. It's a youth movement now. It's no more signing older fucking players. Youth movement. That's what we're doing. We're not going out. Look, Reddick wanted a long term with the Jets. Now the Jets suck this year. Now Reddick's like, nope, I'm not staying with the Jets after this year. So Reddick has how many sacks on the year right now? You know, this second round pick at 26 or whatever the fuck it's supposed to be. Because we gave away a third round conditional and for 26. That's definitely not happening. We are signing youth. It's a youth movement now. It's no more. I'm even checking right now what his youth movement. That's what we're doing. He's got a half sack. Look, Reddick because he's been back with the Jets. Now the Jets suck. Has he even played in every game? Like, nope, I'm not staying with the Jets after. He's got 6 solo tackles, 3 assisted, a half a sack. You know, this second round pick at 26. That's it. Or whatever the fuck it's supposed to be. It's done nothing. We gave away a third round conditional and for 26. We got to stop wanting these older players. Like, it's done now. Like, we are in a new era in Philadelphia now. Things are changing now. Now we're actually producing players now. We didn't go into the trade deadline and sign somebody. We didn't fucking hit the, you know what I mean? It's done. Shit's done now. Played in every game. What's going on, man? He's got 6 solo over with, 3 assisted, a half a sack. Lawson, so Bark needs 130 plus rushing per game for these last 3 to break it. Yeah. I mean, 130 is fucking nothing. Before, obviously, this last game was 120. Now it's 130. It's done now. Like, we are in a new era in Philadelphia now. Things are changing now. Now we're actually producing players. What do you mean I'm on a serious delay? What happened? Go into the trade deadline and sign somebody. We didn't. Oh. Oh, sorry. Sorry. Hold on. Sorry, my fucking I've taken the chat from my stream was playing in the background. Sorry. Sorry. My bad. Forgot that was on. No, we're good. We're good. We're good now. I was like, what the fuck is everybody talking about? Confused. Okay. Sorry about that, guys. I had my headphones weren't on, so I didn't know that there was something else playing in the background. Carlos Rosado with the super chat. What's going on, man? He says, Shakes, we treated the Steelers like the O'Doyles used to do Billy Madison. I would love for Det/Min to both be in 14-3 at the end of the season. Yeah. I mean, at this point, if they could both lose a game, that would be where we'd be at right now. We'd be perfect right now. I don't know what's going to happen. Look, I don't care if they don't get first seed. If they don't get first seed, you're guaranteed the second seed. You have a home playoff game, and you have to go to someone's house for the NFC Championship to get to the Super Bowl, whatever. Then you're going to have to fucking rest people the last 2 weeks of the season. If you have a more serious injury, you rest somebody the last couple weeks of the season, okay, and you just play without them for the last 2 weeks. If the first seed is out of our control, that's what you do, but it's tough with only a few games left. It's tough to, figure it out. I don't know. We'll see, though. Chris, is Back to the Future going? You're talking in the past? Yeah, sorry. Awards rates. So our next game is what Washington is what Washington. But I hope Barkley gets 200 to make this the last few games easier to get. Yeah, it'd be nice if he got he got like 200 yards. Oh yeah, it would help. Then he'll need like less than 130. He'll need like 100 something yards a game. He'll need like 100 something yards a game. 100 yards maybe, a little bit more than that. Scary Terry, bro. Every time I'm watching the fucking Commanders every week, Scary Terry is like nobody can cover this guy every week. These teams are giving up easy fucking touchdowns towards him every single week. Every single week, man. That guy is fucking annoys me. Like no other teams can cover this guy. Wardrich, I think Barkley breaking Dickerson's record will be a huge deal for not only him but our franchise and the legendary player we have in the O line. Oh yeah, it'd be great. You know, Lane Johnson's been with 2 really good backs in Philadelphia, man. Greg said, I believe the Eagles have a real good chance at the number 1 seed because Detroit is real beat up. Yeah, it's true. I'm not. Look, the Bills' defense isn't great. Even that fucking. I mean, the Detroit's defense is like. Now they lose David Montgomery, so now you got to make sure like they got to stay. They still have to play. You know what I mean? They still have to play. They can't even rest up. Like they have to play the rest of the season. They have no choice. You know, I'm telling you. K. Rob said if they're a 2 seed and the Lions don't make it to the championship game, won't we host it? Yeah, we host. If we're the 2 seed, we're hosting a playoff game. We're hosting a playoff game regardless. You know. Super chat from Grant Calcaterra's burner account. He says, "Yo, yo." That's a new one. That's a new one. Nice job. 125 says we can cover Scary Terry. Mitchell did it once and he'll do it again. He'll do it again, bro. That said, hey Joey. What does Saquon have to average? People are saying 130 now a game. So, yeah, 139. Parsons Terry has like 11 touchdowns in the year with over 1,000. If Q locks him up again, that only furthers his defensive rookie of the year campaign. Yeah, that's definitely true. Warriors just I think 130, 140 a game. Ratchet Joe, I like the Vikings to get the first seed if we can get it because did you see the blatant pass interference and late hit in the Bills' first 2 possessions? Still couldn't stop the touchdowns. I didn't. I wasn't able. I obviously I didn't watch that game. I didn't watch the game just because I watched some of it, but I didn't watch the whole thing because our game was on. So, Greg said Quinion Mitchell put the lockdown on Terry McLaurin first time around. So 139 a game ties it. So he needs like one big ass fucking game over 130 yards. If you can get like 170, 180, I'll feel a little bit better. Reb21 says, can't wait until Huff is back. Sack's going to be coming. Yeah, I don't know, dude. I don't know how much of a difference it's going to make, dude. He's going to come back. He hasn't played in a while. It's going to take him a couple games to, like, get back into the gist of things. You know, if we're going to talk about bad contracts, so far it's looked pretty bad. But if he comes back and he plays out of his fucking mind, shit, that's great. Can't complain at all, you know? So that's where we're at. And by the way, if you guys have it, make sure this stream is sponsored by BetUS. Go check out BetUS if you have not. Appreciate it so much. Appreciate it. Let's see here. Kirk got benched. No shit. Guantanamo Bay shut down McLaurin. Will do it again. Maybe my not friends. Kirk getting benched is wild. See, Neil says Saquon gets it in the Giants game. I mean, yeah, we're gonna be home for that game. We're gonna be home for that game. Shit. I mean, you can get like if you can get Saquon, you can get is the Giants game the last game or the Cowboys game the last game? Because if the Giants game is the second to last game, you can afford to fucking run the crap with him that game all over. I said I don't give a fuck about the 1 seed. Eagles can win wild card or not. Yeah, they really need the 1 seed though. They don't need it. They can need it. I don't mind being on the road, to be honest. Lance, I think they will have JD run more in this game. It's what I saw in the Saints game, so hopefully Vic works his magic. Matt says, you think unleash Barkley against Washington? Yeah, I mean I think so. I mean, he only had 19 carries last game. He should. I mean, look, I feel like he did get fucking banged up. So I thought he got banged up. When I forgot the safety came up in red zone and like flipped him sideways, he landed on his head. I don't know what happened. And then like he got hit another time in the game and he was like, kind of like messing with his hips a little bit. So I don't know. Like Barkley was weird. Everybody started to go down down the end of this game against the Steelers. These players started to go down. They were getting up slowly. I was like, yo, we have to end this game as fast as possible. It's like we cannot afford this shit right now. Like, you know what I mean? We got Fitness Roofer 33 became a member to the camper tier, man. Thank you so much for joining up and supporting the channel. Much appreciated so much, man. A lot. Means a lot. Said, what's good, Joey? Love how you always keep it real with this team. Always do. Never will not. You know? So what's everybody has free speech here, you know? Parks, our last 3 games, the run defense we face gets worse. It goes 28, 29, and 30. If Saquon breaks the record, it will be against the Giants. Damn. That'll be great. Oh, so the Giants game is last. Okay. Worders, that's some poetic shit. Last game of the year, Saquon breaks the record against his whole team. Oh, man. Tommy said, Joey, you said the other day, it was so frustrating how they just showed they could win at the past, but they chose not to. Why can't it always look like this week in and week out? Yeah, I don't know, dude. Who says we can't do it? It's like, dude, well, we can say you can't because you look like you fucking can't every week. Why do you not incorporate? Look, the Steelers shut down a run game. Okay. And like both of your receivers have over 100 yards. When's the last time we seen that this past year? I mean, look, AJ missed a few games. They won a couple games without Devontae Smith, but come on, man. I don't like that shit. I felt like they passed the ball this week, and Sirianni was like, "Oh, well, we did it because it's what the Steelers showed us, because the run game wasn't. I don't believe it. I think they want to prove a point, but still, like, they have to incorporate this passing game still, you know. Odell Boy said this team has grind since the bye week and they just played their best game. I say bring it on. Bring it on, bro. Branson, no one went from what I thought undeserving of a playing time like practice squad to making me cheer and jump out of my seat yelling his name as he blows up plays. I know, dude. I wasn't a hater of Nolan. I was just a hater of how they fucking didn't use him last year. And then he missed I felt like he missed like an entire year last year because they barely even used him beginning of the season. Like Sean Desai never started him in the rotation, never was in the rotation until middle-ish of the season, till late in the season when, he he unfortunately had what's it called? When the team was fucking falling apart at that point. Message Brown almost got scared with that at the end. Yeah, I almost did too, bro. The hip drop tackle, the hip drop tackle that everybody, the NFL wants to enforce this new fucking hip drop. I haven't heard one hip drop tackle fucking flag. I haven't heard one be thrown this year. And AJ Brown gets off the fuck. AJ Brown's getting off, like trying to get up like real slowly. I'm like, bro, I hope he's okay. I hope he's all right. There's so much to fucking balance right now. You got to win every single week. You're trying to break Saquon Barkley's. You're trying to break the fucking rushing record from Eric Dickerson. You know, and you're trying. You know what I mean? You're trying to fucking get the number 1 seeds. It's a lot on the plate right now. Bars, you got to give Saquon 28 carries against Washington. Yeah, probably. Honestly, I'm not counting on the number 1 seed, wild card or not. We're gonna win. Words rage, the Steelers sold out to stop Barkley. Barkley was bound to have a game where a team sold out just for him and dared ignore the. Yeah, I mean, if what you're saying is like they want to stop the number 1 weapon to what they thought was their biggest threat was Saquon Barkley, and they sacrificed all of that towards that game plan towards Barkley running the ball. Stop that, and couldn't stop anything else. Yeah, I think Brown was going down with pain. That's probably why he fumbled the ball. Thank God Devontae Smith jumped on top of that because that would have been really bad. Would have been really bad. Probably has 1688 yards right now. He needs 2,107 to beat the record. 419 yards more. God damn. It seems like it's not that much left, you know? Dave's our combined remaining opponents' rushing defense allowed 137 rushing yards per game. I caught a straight timeout in 500's chat. Well, you must have did something wrong last night. Unless somebody just did something stupid. Dave said right now we would face the Skins in the first round. And I'm perfectly fine with that. Wardridge said if we get the second seed, we most likely play Washington or Tampa Bay if they make it. Yeah, and we really have to give like Tampa Bay needs a fucking ass whooping if that's the case. They need an ass whooping. Lon said we should pass a bit more in the first half, of course, mixed in with runs, and then after the second half, flip it. Yeah, I would too. It's like this is the first game where they got it. Like the passing game looked Hurts game that we know now that Hurts could do this. They just don't put him in that position to do it. The coaching staff doesn't put this quarterback in a rhythm to do this. Because remember those two sequences during the Steelers game where he would like sit there for 3.5, 4 seconds? Yeah, these long developing. We went back to our old playbook, the long developing route tree. Hurts sitting there for 10 fucking hours. Like, that's the shit, you know? Shit I can't stand. Dank Birdsgag says if the playoffs started today, we'd play Washington, and I'd be fine with that. Fat Deer says if we aren't the one seed, we face Commanders, probably then Vikings. Let's see here. Alex, if we aren't the number one seed, who are we most likely to face at the Bobit? Well, it's going to be Tampa Bay or Washington, probably. So, Tommy says, Joey, just wait. If it takes Saquon to the last game of the season to break Darius's rushing, people are going to be like, if he got an extra game to get the yards, where Dickerson did it in 16. Yeah, the rules were different back then, so it's what it is, bro. There's nothing we could do about it. There's none that we could do about it. That's still a fucking, regardless, that's really hard. Still hard. You know? Still not an easy task, regardless, to break that record for any running back. Warrior, I think the hip drop tackle honestly scared the shit out of Brown. He was like, this could end my season and was more concerned with not getting hurt than securing the ball. And I don't blame him. Yeah, probably. Lon says, yeah, I hate that when he does that, sitting there and shopping online. What the fuck's going on? What are we talking about? Daybird says, well, if there's 3 guys in the same area, who do you throw to? Who are we talking about? Throw to anybody. You have good, I don't know, depending on who's on who and what's going on. Bars Flies, I love to see the quick passes like the drag routes on the slants. Beautiful. Brand says, Washington about to lose 3 straight. Look at their schedule. Who do they got the rest of the year besides us? Thanks. I mean, if anything, the rushing record is pointless. Since the record he broke, he played 14. Well, it's not pointless, bro. I mean, if he could break it, then he's going to break it, you know? Thanks. So I guess records when they had 12 games only count. You know. If it's not Saquon Barkley, they would give it to somebody else. If someone else is going to break it, then they would still give it to them. So what does it matter? So anybody that breaks that record now, so, you know, it is what it is. Philly 416 says, we got 2 monsters when it comes to yak. Love the short, quick passes we saw against the Steelers. Yeah, that's what I wanted them to do, man. Get Hurts into a rhythm, get the ball out 2.8 seconds, 2.5 seconds. Like, that's perfect, you know? Parfly said, sure, Dickerson only had 16 games, but that was when the NFL was all about running. That's true. Richie, the record will make us look good. Howie, the O-line, Eagle fans, and the owner. Dank said, talking about Jalen, one of the sacks we had, 3 guys. Talking about Jalen, one of the sacks we had, 3 guys in the same spot had nowhere to go to. Yeah, probably. I don't know what play that was, but Warriors Rage says the rushing record will immortalize his team and players who helped him get there. Then, if you close it out with a Super Bowl, it will be an all-time legendary NFL team and story. Yeah, it will. It's going to be a big story for Saquon Barkley. It's going to be like that shit's going to be 30 on 30. That's going to be like ESPN 30-30 fucking stories, like 20, 30 years down the road. Like that's going to be like Saquon Barkley comes from a broken fucking team that couldn't extract his talents and did nothing to put weapons around that offense and rather pay that quarterback over the fucking running back. Come to the Eagles and like win a Super Bowl on his birthday. Win a Super Bowl on Saquon Barkley's birthday and break Eric Dickerson's fucking rushing record in a fucking year with in 1 year with another team. I mean, that's a fucking hell of a story. Matt, I heard shut all the doubters up for once for nothing but crickets from them. Yeah. Philly said right now I'll play anyone at home or on the road, doesn't matter. The team is firing on all cylinders. I agree. I have no problem with them playing on the fucking road. I really don't. I really don't. They got Eagles, Falcons, Cowboys. Okay. Brand Howard said, yeah, I think Falcons get them and Dallas ruins their season. That'd be fucking great. Parson, did you see down the media saying Jalen was only successful because of his good looks? Fucking stupid. What if I says Colby crashed, but I believe the Bears have a chance to spoil the Lions' season. The Lions have over 15 guys on IR. I would bet on the game, but I wouldn't be surprised if the Bears win versus Lions. Well, Thanksgiving, they should have fucking beat them. I mean, the fucking Bears were on their side of the field. They had a timeout. Caleb Williams takes an unnecessary sack, puts him back to the 50, and like they took like a whole 34 seconds to run one more fucking play that was underthrown. I mean, that that shit was already in the bag. Lon says, Joey, did you hear Vic Fangio talking about the analytics that he uses but accesses his own from it and tells nobody? Yeah, he said that earlier in the year. He's got this analytical system that he does that none of his proteges know, like how he does his analytics. It's interesting. You know what I mean? That no one knows Fangio's secret sauce of how he runs things. Pretty amazing. Whereas the lines are cooked, honestly, and it's not their fault. They have been decimated. It's true. Not their fault. Offensively, they're holding on by a thread. Like they're holding on. They're holding on right now. Bars that they've played better on the road than at home. That's what I think. I think they play better. I think they're more focused on the road. Like if they go on the road in a playoff game, like I feel like they're more focused. Like there's so much on the line. It's like they're gonna shut that fucking crowd up. Thomas said it's really bad. My biggest worry is the refs in the Super Bowl, whether we play KC or the Bills. Well, you know what though? They better not water that fucking field 24 hours before the game. If they do, if we find out some stupid shit before that game starts, like they watered the field, or like, I'm telling you right now, like I'm gonna be pissed. I'm gonna be pissed off. And guys are slipping and fucking sliding, and you know what I mean, changing their fucking. That was a fucking nightmare. Like that whole thing, the defense just took a shit, honestly. And I think like that PI call on Bradbury was a bunch of bullshit. Should have let that fucking. I mean, that game ends on a fucking penalty, which is so fucking stupid. Um, you know, this is different now, dude. This is different than past years of the Eagles. The last since 21 going into the playoffs. Okay, they have a fucking defense. We have a defense now. Like we don't have to. We don't just have a good defensive line with a rotation where our fucking secondary can get exposed. Now they actually have a defense behind this high fucking cooking offense right now. You know. Dank says they won't water the field. It's well, I'm just saying in general, dude. I'm saying in general, like I don't know if it's the same grass. I have no fucking idea, but I'm saying that's just an example of like stupid shit like that. Like after the Super Bowl was over, it was like, oh yeah, they watered the field 24 hours before the game started. Like, why? Just Just stupid, man. Matt said that's why he got fired. Greg, be honest, Bears should not hire anymore. Yeah, I mean, Caleb Williams looks hard. I mean, Caleb Williams, his body language. Did you see him that last game? He's not used to all. He's not used to this like adversity of losing all the time. So it's like taking so much out of him. Michael Penix Jr. Oh, finally starting, huh? Shit, I got to put my chat back up again. I have to put another Chrome extension in, because this extension is not good. This Chrome extension my chat gets fucking what's it called? Hold on. Okay, chat should be back up now. Close that. Okay. Tampa scares me more than Detroit does. Detroit is falling apart. Thomas said the Super Bowl is played in a dome. That's the excuse for evening watering the turf or doing anything to the field for that matter. I don't know. You're asking the wrong guy or stating the wrong thing. Because I have no fucking idea. Warriors said that trash hole he calls rude. Bradbury honestly has never been the same. No, I believe that. I totally believe that. I don't think he's been the same ever since that day either. I don't. But now, like, this is a different year now. You have a pass rush. You have good linebackers. You have two really good fucking cornerbacks with depth behind it. You have two really good fucking safeties. You know, you're good. Isn't the game in New Orleans this year for the Super Bowl, or is it New Orleans? Well, I think the Chiefs are going to lose to the Bills if they meet. Honestly, I'd rather play the Chiefs again because I know Jalen can outplay him and get his revenge. Greg said we didn't have Devonta and AJ when we played Tampa earlier this year. Oh, we didn't. Yeah, we played hard. Oh god, it was like 21-0. Not even was it like 21-0 before the second quarter? I don't even remember. That shit was like that game was over before it started. Rosie Joey, who go to the Pro Bowl? Carter, Dean, Bond, Mitchell, Reed, CJ, Slay, Sweat, Barkley, Lane, Becton, Dickerson, and the Aussie. Potentially they could. I don't really care about the fucking Pro Bowl. I can care less about that. Firefly, if we go to the Super Bowl, I hope we're underdogs and the media doubts us. We play so much better than when we're underdogs as well. Yeah, it's true. All right, it is in New Orleans. Okay, just making sure. Someone just said Arizona, so I was kind of confused. Chris says, Greg, we didn't have the Lane, Becton, no DeJean, just learning a new defense. Says, no way I want to play the Chiefs. They have ref voodoo. God. Yo, they had. Did you see the big like commercial? They had this big trailer of. They came out with this like movement trailer of like KC and all their wins this year, like getting all this respect for these close, ugly game fucking wins, and they get all this respect out of it. You know, like we did that shit last year and no one gave us any respect. I mean, we fell apart after that, no doubt. So our offense didn't score over 30 plus points on the team last year, you know, not even that. Felix said the defense can stop any offense in the NFL right now. Kay says the defense wasn't good in the game either. Our D is much better now. Yeah. Yeah, our D was horrible. And Jonathan Gannon was even like concentrated on like the fucking Eagles getting prepared. He was more concentrating on, you know, getting a head coaching job with fucking Arizona. Because you remember what happened, right? Between the NFC Championship game in 22 and that Super Bowl, you know, apparently he wasn't, you know, all there and wasn't putting all his time into game plan or some bullshit like that, you know. Warriors, I mean, if they selected every Eagle starter for the Pro Bowl, they might have gotten enough players for our team. Probably. Parfly, you know our defense is legit when we hold the best offense of the league to 19 points. It's fucking crazy, dude. I was more nervous about the Ravens game than the Steelers game. because I'm not a big fan of Najee Harris. Russell Wilson, I'm not. He's playing good, but you know, I get it. They didn't have George Pickens in this game. Obviously, that was a loss. I get it. But we've won without Devontae Smith. We've won without A.J. Brown. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, that's what I'm saying. Thanks. I remember when we lost the Super Bowl, my family was playing Monopoly, and I was sitting there just depressed. Oh, they've been shitting on us. Yeah. I mean, because realistically, I knew if we were playing well this year, they're going to be like, oh, when are they going to fall apart? When's their downfall? Oh, look, Nick's fighting with Clint Hurt on the sideline. Like, they try to take everything that they can get, all these little clips that they can get, and try to make it into a bigger fucking, try to make it into a bigger problem. Rodri said the Chiefs are last year's Eagles, but they are still holding on. That being said, Mahomes is hurt. Yeah. Was he have an ankle sprain? Alex, I 100% think they won last year's Super Bowl because of T Swift. Carlos, I believe we'll beat the Bills or Chiefs in the Super Bowl. I hope so. Because could you imagine Bills Mafia and Gang Green fans on Bourbon Street during Super Bowl week? If we both go to the Super Bowl, it's gonna be a crazy fucking tailgate, bro. That's gonna be a crazy fucking tailgate. Roji says you're right. Gann sold us out. Philly says Ravens had 12 until the 59th minute, finished with 19. Eagles Ravens Super Bowl. So I don't even know how the Cardinals are playing this year. I haven't really looked at it. Neil says ankle is bad. Was it like a sprain? Interesting, bro. Interesting. Awards rate said we beat New Orleans when they were the hottest offense in the league, scoring over 45 a game. We have beaten top 5 offenses like 6 times this year, and yeah, Mahomes high ankle sprain. Yeah, so they were the highest. So they were, they were a hot passing team when we faced them, and then what's happened to them since? They went nowhere. Washington was hyped up. We beat them, and then it was just, oh, Jaden Daniels is a rookie. His hand was busted. His fucking ribs. I mean, it's just crazy, man. It's just crazy. Running QBs like Lamar, Allen, and JD. Why? Why? At this point of the season, you should not be afraid of fucking running QBs. I think the Eagles have done a pretty good job against running QBs this year. Honestly, you should not even be afraid of that. Like that shouldn't even be fucking believed right now. The only thing that I hate about Josh Allen that he fucking flops for penalties all the time. He's the biggest fucking crybaby. That guy is the biggest give me a flag every fucking time he gets hit. He flops all the time on the field. He'll let somebody hit him and he'll flop like it's a late hit and call for a flag. He always does that. He's a big fucking actor. Josh Allen is probably the one I wouldn't want to face in Super Bowl because that's the shit that he does all the fucking time. All the time. So, did Mahomes have a bad ankle in the Super Bowl versus us and came out after? Yeah, I don't know. Drugged? I doubt it. I don't even think he was fucking hurt, dude. Roger Patrick is playing this week. It was flashed on ESPN. I hope so, because Bryce hopefully was just a one-off. Yeah, but dude, like the whole team played bad that game. You're acting as if like, Bryce Young, like he fucking ran on us, but like the whole team played bad. The fucking kicker didn't even play good. Like nobody played good that game. Like we weren't on our shit that game. Like, that's why Eagle fans were fucking just flipping out over that one loss. Sorry. Eagle fans have maybe believed like that was a fucking loss. Like, I'm even calling it a loss because that's what Eagle fans fucking had. That's come on now. What's up, Clark? What's going on, man? I mean, I felt like we lost that game. I felt like we literally, everyone made me feel like we fucking lost that game. It's crazy. Josh Allen flopping combined with bug up the ref's ass for Eagles is a scary proposition. Spurg Cakes, it didn't Hurts have a busted shoulder in the Super Bowl? I don't even know. I don't remember. The worst flopper versus Brady. I think he's. You go on YouTube. You could literally go on YouTube and search like every time that Josh Allen has flopped in a game, and it's like a fucking 10-minute video. Bryce Huff isn't coming back for probably another couple weeks. I would say by that second to last game, he'll be back. Or by the last game. I would say second to last game or the last game. Matt said, this is the most excited I've been about the Eagles since 17. Yeah, that's true. But they're better than 17. That they're way better, though. That's the great thing about it. Warders, people tripping over the Panthers game when several of the Super Bowl favorites have had several close. That's what I'm saying, dude. That's what I told everybody. Did the Lions not struggle a few times this season? Like, goddamn, dude. They almost lost to the fucking Bears, but the Bears are fucking retarded. You know what I mean? They almost lost to the game they threw five. If Hurts threw 5 picks in a game and still won the game, nobody would give him respect. Eagle fans would still call him out. If the Eagles kicked 4 field goals and threw a Hail Mary pass in the end zone and won the game, do you think Hurts would get respect? Come on now. Like, let's be fucking real here. Come on. We're ready to fucking go, man. We're ready to fucking go. Yo, Elliot Petoskey, what's up, dude? What's going on, man? Matt said, "Yep," because 100% did not have defense in 17. What we? Oh yeah, I mean we had a great defensive line. Malcolm Jenkins was really our he bandaged up our defense, kept our defense together. He was probably one of the main reasons we won the Super Bowl defensively and played well all year. Great defensive line, I get it, but Malcolm was yeah, that was our prime player in the secondary, bro. I mean, you could win a Super Bowl with fucking Ronald Darby and Jalen Mills on the outside, Patrick Robinson inside corner. Not big names in the NFL right now. They're not really big names. Even a few years after that, they were nothing. Gerald Merritt says, yeah, Hurts had a busted shoulder from the Chicago Bears game before the playoffs. Oh, yeah, I forgot about that game. He ended up getting hurt. Like, Hurts has a broken finger right now. It's rumored to be broken. It's not even like it's been documented as being broken. But it's not on his throwing hand. So I really don't give a shit. Did it look like he had a broken finger? Did it affect him in any way? Of course not. Of course it didn't. You know? Kira said Hurts had to come back for the last game with the Giants to win the number 1 seed because Minshew lost 2 games. Oh, yeah. Fucking Minshew took over, and God, fucking cry. I thought we wouldn't have looked that bad, but we looked pretty fucking bad. Howard said the Eagles team seems like they're on a mission. Jalen, Nick, everyone is giving it everything they got. That's true. Keith on with a super chat. Appreciate it so much. He says, better chance against who? Packs, Vikes, or Lions? I think they're honestly, I think they're better. I think they're better against the Lions. Because they're depleted defense. I kind of want to stay away from the Packers, to be honest with you. Packers are still a very good team. Vikings, I could say we could play them, but I would say the Lions. Just because I think they're decimated. I think the Eagles could put a lot of points on them. And we'll put more pressure on that Lions offense to kind of answer back with more points. You know what I mean? So the more pressure will be on Jared Goff in that fucking game. No doubt. Patrick Robinson's last year was 2020. Yeah, I think he signed with the Saints on a big deal, and then he signed with the Saints, and then he broke his. I think he broke his fucking leg. I think it was like the first couple games he broke his leg. So Warriors, Rays. Anyone being honest, we are the only all-around good team going to the playoffs. Bills, Ravens, and Lions have high-power offense, but D is lacking. Chiefs and oh yeah, dude, I agree. Thank you, Howie Roseman. Thank you, Vic Fangio. And I mean, this drafting is and coaching connected to it, and positional coaches and fucking Christ, the Eagles are looking like an all-around great fucking team right now. Part five, Nick's been getting better, like you said, Joey. He really learned from last year. Yeah, I'm hoping. It looks like he has. It looks like he has. He's taking. He's not. I thought last year he was really sweeping things under the rug last year, not taking anything from the players of what they need to do. All the rumors of Jalen Hurts having a big disconnect with Brian Johnson and fucking Nick Sirianni not changing the offense when Hurts tried to change the offense and Nick didn't fucking change it. You know. Carson improve. It's proving Goff can't win without run and play action. They lost half their run game. Yeah. Let's see else they put at running back that they want to use. They obviously can't put everything on Gibbs, so they're going to have to either sign a free agent that's out there, or I don't know who's out there. So I don't know who else they would like to sign. I'm not sure. Parts of defense wins you championships, and look at us. We got by far the number one defense in the league. Clark said Chiefs had a pretty simple schedule. Okay, so I've been saying to give Nick time. He is a first time head coach. He will be. Yeah, I mean every season has different types of adversity. Like every season, like you're gonna lose a specific way because of like every year is always different. And as a coach, I mean even this week with all the AJ Brown fucking Jalen Hurts shit that went on last week, like I thought he handled it really well. In game, I thought he handled it really well. You know, so he's learning and he's open to doing different things. So we'll see though. But yeah, guys, I hope everyone's doing well. So if you guys have not, okay, so it's gonna be close to Christmas next week. We're sending a lot of clothing out right now. If you guys haven't checked out the Philly Shakedown podcast merch, definitely check all that great stuff out. We have hoodies, we have t-shirts, every damn thing, multiple colors. Just gotta click on everything, multiple colors. We have the Fly Saquon Fly. A lot of people really like. We have the crew neck sweatshirts. We have the DB Cooper hoodie that comes in black, green, all that great stuff. T-shirts, all of that. There's a whole bunch of stuff that we have. Really good, high quality stuff. So trust me, there's people in the chat that bought a lot of stuff as well. So definitely check out all this big sale right now. If you buy two pieces of merch, you get 10% off. You buy three, you get 15. You buy four, you get 20% off. So if you buy four pieces of merch, you get four shirts for the price of three. So pretty much you're getting a free shirt, a free hoodie at that point. And if you spend $150 or more, you get free shipping. So definitely check all that. Link is in the description for the Philly Shakedown podcast merch. And he will send it out. You need to email me for anything. Just email me. If you have any questions about sizes or whatever, there's women t-shirts, youth t-shirts, all that great stuff. So definitely, definitely check that out. If you guys haven't, link is in the live chat as well because I want to put that in there too. So appreciate it so much. And I think that's gonna be it for today. We'll have a video out for tomorrow. YouTube's been a little slow this past week, so I've been trying to get some other stuff done around the house and doing some other stuff for the holidays. Um, I'm working my ass off right now. I'm on the verge of hopefully buying a house really soon. I don't know when it's gonna happen, but I almost bought a house last week. I almost bought a house last week. I'm fucking can't believe I'm saying that. So trying to do some different things. By next year, this whole setup is going to be totally different next year, whether I'm here or I'm, um, you know, you know, getting some stuff. So yeah, been really, really busy, really busy. So Make sure to check out the merch. Make sure you like the stream. Make sure you subscribe if you are new, 'cause we cover the Eagles every single day. So we'll have videos throughout the week. We'll have a call-in stream on Friday. Why not? Because I thought that went really well. So we'll do another call-in on Friday. I hope you guys do. You guys like the call-ins? Let me know. Because I thought people actually enjoyed it, and I was like, yeah, you know what? Let's do it again. Um, you know, and we'll talk to some people. And yeah, we'll have the shakedown on Saturday, and then we'll have the live play-by-play for the Washington game on Sunday. What time is that game? It's probably at 1 o'clock, right? I forgot what time that game is, but um, you know, we'll be ready to go. All right. I appreciate it so much. I'm in New York. I've been in New York my whole life. I need to get the fuck out of here. I'm renting. I'm gonna be renting till I get out of New York, and then I'm gonna buy something once I leave New York and get out of state. So that's gonna be the plan going forward. So yeah, you guys enjoy the rest of your night. I'll have a video out tomorrow, and we'll talk. All right, very soon. Love you all. See you guys later. Shakes, what up? Follow. Peace out, guys. Peace.